Right, hello. Today we are recording Monday's episode. Um, so this will go up on YouTube Monday morning. So I hope everyone had a good weekend, a good holiday weekend. We're gonna start off
There
by
you are. You people
talking
do
to our
something out
buddy
there.
here.
You've left me with quite an impression. You really are fond of chatting with me, aren't you? If I didn't know better, I'd think you had feelings for me.
And he
Oh, no,
accuses us of
silly.
having a
Pretend
crush
you
on
didn't know
him.
that.
And then basically calls himself ridiculous for thinking that. Although it is kind of funny when you take into account your constant running into him and things like that, and how essentially you do have a chance to save his life later in the game. And I mean, what is that if not love? So, over here we have a silver knight with a spear guarding a chest. And these guards are not quite as bad as Black Knights. I mean, yeah, you don't want to take on more than one at a time. But all in all, their health is significantly lower. So they're not as terrifying, I guess, would be a good way to explain. Pick up these sunlight medals. Okay. Just making sure there's not anybody waiting to ambush around. Yeah, there we go. I knew there was one down here. I would have to say the spear variant of these guys is the most frustrating. Like, if you can take them one at a time, we've definitely beaten tougher enemies. Put it that way. Okay. So, come over here. And you may want a torch for down here just to illuminate a little more. Huh. I could have swore I remember there being a knight down here. Anyway, we've got a mimic. Two, four regular chests. So this is where we actually get Havel's stuff. Including his shield and weapon. And as you can see, it is quite heavy. But it is a massive improvement over what we are currently wearing. Let's see what our equip load is. So really we can go to about 56.5. So we can add another 10 pounds over what we are right now. In that instance, we'll do that, and slot on this. So we'll keep the onion helm for now, but other than that, yeah, we are right under that 50% mark. But that gives us the best defenses possible for the game. That is a grab attack that will ruin you. There's nothing else. And yeah, Havel's armor is the main reason for endurance being so high for us. Because we want to give ourselves the best possible chance at survival. Here we've got another mimic. There's that kick attack I've mentioned. These things, while they look a little imposing, aren't that bad. And this is what happens if you forget to check the chain. To be completely honest with you, I forgot that one was a mimic. I thought only one of them up here was. Oh. That's okay. This way. There's one. Pretty sure there's two down there. No, just the one? Okay. We can't quite get down there yet, but there is some decent loot down there. And we got this silvery fellow. Yeah, it is kind of a mistake to come this way. But if you can draw him back out into this area, you're fine. Most hard armor enemies, strike damage is your best friend. Basically clubs, hammers, things like that. There we go. This hallway makes life a little entertaining. We've got a bedroom. And you can already see the sword of the guy waiting to ambush you through this door. So the best thing to do is that. Kind of get him to see you, see if you can make him follow you. Gotta love it when they get stuck on the set dressing. There we go, we finally get a backstab on one of these guys. Actually, before we come up here, it's not open from this side. Okay. Yep, once we get close enough to him, he'll decide he needs to melee you. With our weapon, a backstab is just north of the 50% health mark for these guys. So, let's see here. Huh, I thought there was something cool out here. Apparently, the only cool thing is the view. So now, I'm gonna go up here. Alright, there's one guy over there, and one guy right there. If you can take just one at a time, then you'll do fine. It's all about divide and conquer, because basically what they want you to do is step out into here, which aggroes this guy, while you're getting shot at, but, that is a terrible idea. Back up to get some stamina regen going. Basically, it's all about block timing. If you can drop your shield between their hits, go for it. And that'll help your stamina regen. That's really all there is to it on that one. Like, not a lot else. But here is our buddy again. And now, the reason he's stalled here is because this room has got multiple silvers in it. And it is very difficult to draw just one at a time. Lord. Okay. Patience is worn thin. There we go. There's one. And basically, what he wants you to do is clear them out for him. Ooh. Now, while doing this, obviously, you want to be careful not to hurt Onion Bro. And these guys don't appear to really have a leash point. Basically a spot where they are not allowed to walk, so they just get hung up on an invisible wall. Whew. If you make him mad, he should follow. Because you always want to fight where you've got the room and the advantage. Alright, that is 2 of them in that room taken care of. And the third one, we don't have to draw him anywhere, because we can just fight him in here. Can't see the chain very well, but it's not a mimic, so some Demon Titanite. And now that those guys are dead,
What's on your mind? Wait. Fantastic.
there. Now this ring basically gives a little boost to your max HP. You can get it as a starting gift, and honestly most of the time when I play, I do. And that is the door back to here. I was gonna say we should go rest, but considering we have no Estus currently, but I don't know. I think we're close enough to our next spot that it's not a huge deal. Let's see here. There we go. Okay. I just needed to make sure. For some reason I thought it was a different floor. That's alright. Okay, this way. It's a Titanite demon stuck in a classroom. Small area. At this point in the game, very strong, and we have already killed one, so even stronger than that. This is that room that we saw from above. Yes, I was right. There are 2 silvers down here. Both of them have spears, so definitely the more annoying variant. So if you are gonna pick a fight and go down there, best to do it by drawing one up and going from there. Problem solved. Honestly, if you don't want to mess with him for the first time, you don't have to. And there's our door here. So, what we're going to do is come back here. Yes, it will respawn the Silver Knights, but as you've seen, they're really not that much of a challenge. Like, my first encounter with Silver Knights was in Dark Souls 3. When they did the revisited area of Anor Londo. Because that was my first Souls game. And I wanted to scream. That is how frustrating they were to me at the time. Once I finally figured them out, not so bad, but we should have leveled up back at the bonfire. Oh well. We're gonna get this loot here. It is somewhat annoying to me that the animation for backstab breaks lock on, but it's a big enough hit that it really doesn't matter all that much. And if you are a fan of how the Silver Knights look, there, you can steal their clothing. Okay. So, the next thing we are doing is opening a path to the boss. Kind of. Because right up those stairs is ONS. On the other side of the room is a great bow archer. Down there are 2 magic variants of the giant knights. So before we open the boss path, we're going to do this. that part would trap us. Okay. Good to know, good to know. Oh well. That is what we keep these around for. It's not like it's a tough walk back. I mean, what, we have to kill 2 Silver Knights? Plus this gives us a chance to throw 2 more levels in. I'm gonna do them both in Endurance. Actually, while we're here, let's make sure our stuff is repaired. Because it's been a while since we've done this. Evidently, it's been a long while.
You really are fond of divided. Oh.
I do hate the jump button being the same as the roll button and dodge button. Or run button. Yeah, you're not going to get me through the wall this time, buddy. It was a cheap shot, and you know it. There we go. If we stick to that side, we don't even have to fight this guy. Okay. Let's do this again. You know, and for how frustratingly annoying the first part of Anor Londo can be because of the archers, the second part, other than the boss, isn't really a challenge. Okay, this is what I was talking about. Here is the blacksmith in the area. You can buy quite a bit of decent stuff from him. Including the giant set. But if you want to, you can modify your weapon into lightning. I do not recommend it because, wow, that would make it strong. Ornstein is super resistant to lightning. So it's kind of a bad idea. Got you in the corner so you couldn't run away from me. And now this is the first of 2 shortcuts for this area. because if we want to, we can actually go all the way back down to that bonfire down there, which will get us our 10 Estus. But we're really close to opening that door that these guys guard, so we may as well just do that. You want to fight first. It's okay, I got plenty of smacks for you. And this guy, like the guy on the edge on the other side. Oh, wow. I actually thought he would just fall off. That's okay. Ow. There. For another chunk. You know, and it really doesn't matter what bonfire you attack this from. Actually, you know what? Thinking about it. The last bonfire we were at only has the 2 Silver Knights that we have to fight. The 3rd Silver Knight here. And these 2. So, in all actuality, that might be the better path, despite being a little bit longer of a run. Because, like, the other bonfire, you've got to run past both the giant knights outside. Then get into here. Then if you want to summon in Solaire for this fight, he's about where that message is. And then you gotta take on this guy. And now, the big hiccup with this zone is the awareness bubble of the enemies. The saving grace is the size of the enemies. It's like, yeah, this guy becomes aware of you super easily. But before he can capitalize on knowing where we are, we're gonna do this. And it's not like these guys are really any tougher than the guys outside. They just have the ability to heal themselves if they want to. But it is basically the same fight. So like I said, not super tough, just annoying. does way more damage to our Oh, yeah. And they have that repulse attack. Ouch. If we die, not a big deal, because we will be going back to a bonfire before taking on the boss. And getting our humanity and kindling the bonfire before the fight. So really, this isn't super important to be doing. Although the souls are nice. Because the regular variants give you 1,500, but these guys are 3,000 apiece. We might have some soul items in our possession to get one more level before we challenge the bosses too. Nope, we're going the right way. Nope, we're not. It happens. Since we came this way, we'll just go back all the way. There we go. Now we're going to... Trying to remember what these do. Yeah. They are just for being fed to Frampt. Use this so that when we get there, we're just ready. Don't need this stuff equipped now. Good on that. Let's see, what have we got? Soul of a Hero. Gives us a 10,000 boost. Nice. So, now that we're at 25, 25, and 25 in our 3 key stats, now you can just kind of play around with it, because as you see, you know, we can take some hits, we can deal some damage. If you want to add magic or pyromancy or anything like that into the build, now is the time, in my opinion, to start doing it, because this is essentially the halfway point of the game, kind of where difficulty shoots up a little bit more. And do not get difficulty and quality confused. Other than the... Let's see. Other than Seath, Gwyn... And I started this like there was a third that was going to leave a major impression, but there really isn't. Other than Seath and Gwyn, most of the bosses are somewhat lackluster in the back half. We're at 40 minutes, so we may have time for a crack at these guys. completed. Come on. Now that we are human, we will see summon signs. Like I said, Solaire is summonable for the fight. And I recommend bringing him in despite his lightning throwing. Just because you really want a distraction in a 2-on-1 fight in this game. Basically, that's what they've been trying to prepare you for with the multiple Silver Knights in the same room. Ouch. It's okay. So yeah, that glow that just appeared over there, that is Solaire being summonable for this fight. And if you had let Lautrec live and he killed the Firekeeper at Firelink Shrine, this room is the room that you invade his world from. And you fight him and his buddies to get the soul of the Firekeeper back. This. And based on what order you take out ONS will decide what Phase 2 looks like. They are heavily armored, so our Uchi probably isn't going to do a whole lot to them. We're going to be hoping to bank on the bleed effect and Solaire's backup. Ornstein over here gets the zoomies quite a bit. Oof. And it's really not worth wearing them both down in Phase 1. Oof. Because as soon as Phase 2 starts, they get full health again, the survivor. And now he does lightning damage as well. Fortunately for us, he is a little bit slower. Oof. But as you can see, taking him out like a champ. And he's fairly susceptible to blood loss, as you just saw. And boom! I think that's actually the first time I've ever beaten them in one shot. So, that fight went way smoother than it normally does. What you want to do then is come up here. Here's our post-fight bonfire. And we come talk to this lady.
Thou hast journeyed far, and overcome much, chose come hither, child.
There's an option to, yes.
I am Guinevere, daughter of Lord Gwyn, and since the day father his form did obscureth, I bequeath the Lord.
And there is the Lord Vessel.
And the seek thou shalt.
So if we want, we can return to almost anywhere we have already been. We'll do this for kicks. So there's a very specific bonfires you can warp to. We're gonna do this one. We're gonna do something somewhat frowned upon.
Very well. So be it.
Going to kill this firekeeper.
Of my charge. But how? This woman is a threat.
Now, we cannot rest here anymore, which is fine. But we can still use it as a warp point, which will come in handy. But basically we did that for her soul so we can take it to Firelink and reinforce our Estus flask. I think after we get to Firelink is when we're going to call it, because we are at 50 minutes right now, and I'm actually shocked at how smooth this episode has gone. We have definitely earned it after yesterday, Friday's episode. Gotta love it when we get stuck on the set dressing. Go to Firelink, upgrade our Estus Flask, spend our souls, be good to go.
Well, fancy you did much in the upper bar. You know, I was forgetting the old folk. Is that yours? Yes, I knew it.
Tell him yes.
Am I pleased?
And you get that miracle. We won't be using it. Okay, our Estus Flasks are now +2. And we will level up. At this point, my recommendation is to move this to 30. If you don't plan on doing anything else, because its soft cap is in the very near future, and extra health is always a good thing. Like, it's wonderful. But thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next one. The next one we'll start off that one by taking on the first DLC. It's not a very long area, but you know, it should be fun. Alright, catch you next time.